The mysteries of the zodiac have captivated humanity for millennia, guiding us through the complexities of personality and fate with their celestial wisdom. Among these cosmic archetypes, one sign stands tall upon the mountain of admiration: Capricorn, the ambitious goat whose calculated climb to success leaves a trail of envious onlookers in its wake. Welcome back to Secret of the Zodiac, where today we're peeling back the veil on what makes these December and January-born individuals so remarkably coveted in the grand tapestry of astrological energies. There's something undeniably magnetic about Capricorn energy, that quiet confidence, that unwavering focus, that seemingly effortless mastery of life's most challenging terrains. While some signs flash and dazzle with their immediate charisma, Capricorns build their allure like they build everything else in their lives, deliberately, methodically, and with an eye toward lasting impact rather than fleeting impressions. Think about that Capricorn in your life. Perhaps it's your boss whose strategic mind seems to anticipate market shifts before they happen. Or that friend who somehow manages to maintain unwavering discipline toward their goals while everyone else succumbs to distraction. Maybe it's that partner whose emotional resilience carries both of you through storms that would capsize lesser relationships. That's the Capricorn magic at work, not flashy, not demanding attention, but impossible to ignore in its sheer effectiveness. What we often miss when observing Capricorns from afar is the intricate dance they perform between ambition and integrity, between achievement and authenticity. They aren't simply climbing for climbing's sake. They're constructing legacies that outlast them, creating structures that shelter not just themselves, but all those within their sphere of influence. This ability to merge personal success with collective contribution creates a unique form of admiration that transcends simple envy and approaches something closer to reverence. The Saturn-ruled nature of Capricorn imbues these individuals with a maturity that feels almost otherworldly at times. While the rest of us might scramble reactively to life's challenges, the Capricorn stands back, observes the full chessboard of possibilities, and makes moves that consider not just the immediate gratification, but the 7th, 8th, and 9th steps beyond. This foresight, this ability to delay gratification in service of greater rewards, is perhaps the most enviable quality in our instant gratification culture. What's particularly fascinating about Capricorn energy is how it evolves over time. Unlike some signs that burn brightest in youth, Capricorns often grow more powerful, more confident, and more compelling with age. They're the rare wine that deepens in complexity and value as decades pass, embodying their symbol of the ageless mountain that stands unmoved by the temporary weather patterns that scatter across its face. As we journey through today's exploration of these 12 reasons why Capricorns inspire such profound envy throughout the zodiac, I invite you to consider the Capricorn influences in your own life, whether they're central characters in your story or distant figures you admire from afar. Their unique magic has something to teach all of us, regardless of our own sun signs. Before we dive deeper into the specific qualities that make Capricorn so enviable, take a moment to join our cosmic community by hitting that subscribe button. Your support allows us to continue uncovering these astrological insights that help us navigate our human experience with greater awareness and intention. And if you're already feeling that Capricorn appreciation, let us know with a like on this video. Now let's begin our ascent up the Capricorn mountain of excellence as we explore the first 3 reasons these remarkable individuals inspire such profound admiration across the zodiac wheel. The journey begins with perhaps their most visible quality, that legendary determination that seems almost supernatural in its constancy. Reason 1, unwavering determination. This force is so potent, it reshapes reality around them. While determination might exist in many signs, the Capricornian variety stands apart in its sheer immovability. Consider how a typical scenario unfolds when obstacles arise. Most of us experience that moment of doubt, that internal questioning of whether the goal is truly worth the struggle. We might pivot, adjust our expectations, or abandon the path altogether when resistance becomes too great. Not the Capricorn. For these mountain goats, Obstacles aren't deterrents. They're simply part of the terrain that must be navigated. There's an almost mythical quality to how they respond to setbacks, transforming what would be breaking points for others into defining moments of strength. It's as though they possess an internal compass that remains fixed on their true north, regardless of the storms that rage around them. This isn't mere stubbornness, though it's often misinterpreted as such by those who don't understand the Capricornian mind. Their determination stems from a profound understanding of their own capacity to endure, to overcome, to persist when logic might suggest surrender is the rational choice. They've witnessed their own resilience enough times to trust it implicitly, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of conviction that borders on the supernatural. Watch a Capricorn during crisis. While others panic or become reactive, they narrow their focus, eliminate distractions, and move forward with a steadiness that can appear almost mechanical in its precision. This ability to maintain course when emotional waves would capsize most others creates an aura of invincibility around them. It's not that they don't feel fear, doubt, or exhaustion. It's that they've mastered the art of continuing despite these very human experiences. Reason 2. Strategic wealth building. While many signs might desire financial security or material comfort, Capricorns approach wealth creation with the methodical brilliance of master architects, designing a cathedral meant to stand for centuries. Their relationship with material resources transcends simple accumulation. They understand wealth as a tool for creating stability, legacy, and impact. What makes the Capricornian approach to wealth so enviable is their remarkable patience with the process. They grasp intuitively what many spend lifetimes learning: that sustainable wealth rarely comes through dramatic windfalls, but through consistent, intelligent action over time. While others chase get-rich-quick schemes or gamble on high-risk ventures, the Capricorn builds financial foundations brick by careful brick, creating structures that withstand economic earthquakes that decimate more hastily constructed fortunes. The Capricorn's financial intelligence often manifests early in life. Even young Capricorns frequently display an unusual relationship with resources, saving birthday money while peers spend impulsively, understanding the concept of investment before they've had their first economics class, intuitively grasping the relationship between effort and reward in ways that seem beyond their years. What's particularly fascinating is how they balance pragmatism with vision in their wealth-building approach. They're rarely miserly or obsessed with money for its own sake. Instead, they see financial resources as the concrete expression of their work in the world, the tangible manifestation of their capacity to create value. Their wealth reflects their worth not in a superficial sense, but as a measurement of their contribution, their capacity to transform raw potential into something enduring. This strategic relationship with wealth extends beyond personal finances. Observe a Capricorn managing a business or organizational budget. They allocate resources with a precision that maximizes impact while minimizing waste. They understand intuitively when to conserve and when to invest, when to harvest and when to sow, creating cycles of abundance that appear almost magical to those with less disciplined approaches to material resources. Reason 3. Ageless wisdom. Perhaps the most mysteriously enviable quality of Capricorns is their seemingly innate wisdom that transcends their chronological age. These old souls navigate life with an understanding that seems imported from centuries of experience, regardless of their birth certificate. This quality manifests as a certain gravitas, a depth of perspective that makes even young Capricorns appear somehow ancient in their comprehension of life's more complex dimensions. The Capricorn child who seems eerily mature, offering insights that startle adults with their accuracy. The teenage Capricorn who approaches decisions with a consideration of long-term consequences, while peers remain locked in the immediacy of adolescent desires. The young adult Capricorn, whose career choices reflect not just ambition, but a strategic understanding of industry evolution that professionals decades their senior might miss. These are the common manifestations of this ageless wisdom that leaves others wondering what secret library of knowledge they've somehow accessed. Saturn's influence as their ruling planet gifts Capricorns with an unusual relationship to time itself. While other signs might resist aging or fixate on youth, Capricorns often grow more comfortable in their skin with each passing year, embodying the counterintuitive truth that authentic maturity brings not limitation, but liberation. They understand intuitively that wisdom accrues through lived experience, through failures absorbed as lessons, through challenges metabolized into strength. What makes this quality so enviable is how it positions Capricorns as natural advisors, as the steady hands on life's tiller when waters grow choppy. Friends, colleagues, even superiors often find themselves seeking the Capricorn's perspective when navigating complex situations, drawn to their measured analysis and historical awareness. There's something profoundly reassuring about the Capricorn's ability to contextualize current challenges within broader patterns, to remind us that what seems catastrophic in the moment often barely registers in the longer arc of time. This wisdom extends beyond intellectual understanding into emotional maturity. Capricorns rarely become entangled in the dramatic emotional cycles that drain energy and cloud judgment. Their emotional responses tend toward the proportional, the appropriate, the measured, not because they feel less deeply, but because they've learned to distinguish between reactions that serve and those that sabotage their greater purposes. The ageless wisdom of Capricorn serves as both compass and anchor, directing them toward worthy horizons while keeping them grounded in principles that withstand the shifting sands of cultural trends and social pressures. In a world increasingly characterized by distraction and surface-level engagement, this depth of being stands out with ever greater distinction, marking Capricorns as old-growth trees in a forest of saplings, their roots reaching into depths that nourish and sustain them through seasons that topple less established souls. Reason 4. Emotional self-mastery. In a world where emotions often dictate actions, Capricorns stand apart with their remarkable capacity for emotional self-governance. This isn't the cold detachment that Capricorns are sometimes mistakenly accused of possessing. Rather, it's a refined ability to experience feelings fully without becoming captive to them. Their emotional self-mastery operates like an internal control room where they can acknowledge every emotional signal without automatically acting upon it. Observe a Capricorn during crisis. While others might spiral into anxiety or reactivity, they maintain a calm centeredness that allows for clear thinking even as emotions run high. This isn't achieved through suppression, but through integration. They've learned to make emotions informative rather than directive. The Capricorn experiencing anger doesn't deny the feeling but asks, "What is this anger telling me about my boundaries or values?" before deciding how to respond. This emotional sovereignty becomes particularly evident in high-stakes professional scenarios. The Capricorn executive receiving devastating news about quarterly projections, the Capricorn surgeon facing an unexpected complication, the Capricorn leader navigating team conflict. In each case, their capacity to process emotions without being overwhelmed by them creates space for solutions rather than drama. The steady hand guiding the ship through stormy waters isn't unfeeling. It's precisely because they feel deeply that they've developed such mastery. What makes this quality particularly enviable is how it serves both personal well-being and professional advancement. Emotional self-mastery prevents the energy leaks that drain so many of us. The hours lost to worry, the productivity sacrificed to unchecked anxiety, the opportunities missed due to fear. Capricorns conserve this vital energy, directing it instead toward constructive action and thoughtful response. The relationship between their Saturn rulership and emotional maturity creates a virtuous cycle of growth. Each challenge, processed without emotional derailment, builds confidence in their capacity to handle the next wave, fostering a deep self-trust that radiates as the quiet authority others find so compelling. While not immune to emotional wounds, they possess an unusual capacity to transmute painful experiences into wisdom rather than trauma, extracting the lesson while releasing the sting. Reason 5. Time-bending productivity. If you've ever wondered how certain Capricorns seem to accomplish in a day what might take others a week, you're witnessing one of their most enviable superpowers. a relationship with time that appears to bend the very rules of physics. Their productivity doesn't stem from frantic energy or workaholism, but from a strategic orchestration of resources that maximizes every moment's potential. Capricorns approach time as their most precious non-renewable resource, developing systems to ensure its optimal utilization. Watch how they structure their days. There's often a rhythm to their productivity, an intuitive understanding of their energy cycles that allows them to match challenging tasks with their peak performance hours. This isn't the rigid scheduling that might strangle creativity, but a fluid framework that creates freedom through structure. What distinguishes Capricornian productivity is its sustainability. Unlike the burnout-inducing sprints many engage in, Capricorns design marathons, consistent measured progress that accumulates into remarkable achievements over time. They grasp intuitively what research has confirmed, that consistent moderate effort outperforms sporadic intensity in producing lasting results. This long-game approach to productivity creates compounding returns that leave others wondering how they've accomplished so much without the visible strain such achievement usually entails. Their productivity secrets often include masterful delegation, boundary setting, and prioritization. Capricorns rarely waste energy on tasks that don't serve their core objectives, developing an almost intuitive filter for distinguishing between the essential and the merely urgent. They understand that saying no to distractions is saying yes to purpose, creating protected space for their most important work, while others fragment their attention across competing demands. Perhaps most enviable is their ability to remain fully present with whatever they're doing, bringing their complete attention to the task at hand rather than diluting their focus through multitasking or distraction. This quality of presence makes them both more efficient and more effective, allowing them to solve problems in hours that might take others days of scattered attention to address. Reason 6. Elite inner circle. The sixth quality that inspires zodiacal envy is the Capricorn's remarkable ability to cultivate relationships of extraordinary quality and depth. While some signs might collect connections widely, Capricorns build inner circles with the same meticulous care they bring to constructing cathedrals, selecting each person with intention, creating bonds designed to withstand the test of time. Their approach to friendship and professional alliances reveals a profound understanding that the company we keep shapes the lives we lead. Capricorns intuitively recognize that meaningful connection with a few extraordinary individuals offers infinitely more value than superficial ties to many. This selectivity isn't born of snobbery, but of authentic discernment. They seek individuals whose values align with their own, whose integrity matches their standards, whose commitment to excellence mirrors their dedication. What makes entry into a Capricorn's inner circle so coveted is the exceptional quality of loyalty they offer once that trust is established. A Capricorn friend stands as an unwavering ally, offering support that goes beyond emotional validation into practical assistance and honest counsel. They remember details others forget, show up when others make excuses, and maintain connections through life phases that often dissolve less intentional bonds. The professional networks Capricorns build operate as masterclasses in strategic relationship cultivation. They understand intuitively that genuine connection transcends transactional networking, creating alliances based on mutual respect and shared values rather than mere utility. Their reputation for reliability and excellence attracts individuals of similar caliber, creating virtuous cycles of opportunity and growth through association. Perhaps most enviable is how these carefully curated connections become force multipliers in the Capricorn's life. Their inner circles often function as informal think tanks, sounding boards, and support systems that accelerate individual growth through collective wisdom. The Capricorn, surrounded by thoughtfully chosen allies, benefits from diverse perspectives filtered through shared values, creating decision-making advantages that isolated individualists can't access. This relationship mastery extends to romantic partnerships as well. Capricorns approach love with the same thoughtful intention they bring to other significant life domains, seeking partners who complement their strengths while challenging their gross edges. The depth and stability they bring to intimate relationships creates containers for extraordinary connection, demonstrating that emotional security provides the foundation for authentic vulnerability rather than limiting it. The Capricorn's elite inner circle serves as both refuge and launching pad, a safe harbor to return to when waters grow choppy, and a platform from which to launch ambitious ventures with trusted support. In a culture increasingly characterized by superficial connection and digital relationship substitutes, the authentic bonds Capricorns cultivate stand as powerful reminders of what becomes possible when we invest deeply in relationships built to endure. As we transition now into our exploration of the next 3 enviable Capricorn qualities, we begin to see how these individual strengths create a synergistic whole greater than the sum of its parts. The Capricorn's elegant authority, unshakable self-discipline, and mysterious depth continue to build upon this foundation of emotional mastery, productivity, and relationship excellence. Reason 7. Elegant authority. Perhaps one of the most immediately recognizable Capricorn qualities is their natural command presence, an elegant authority that draws others into their orbit without forceful assertion or manipulative tactics. This isn't authority claimed through title or demanded through position. It's authority that naturally emanates from their being, recognized and respected by others even before a word is spoken. What distinguishes Capricornian leadership is its understated power. Unlike signs that might lead through charismatic flair or dramatic inspiration, Capricorns embody a quiet assurance that communicates competence, reliability, and wisdom. They don't need to raise their voice to be heard. Their measured words carry weight precisely because they're chosen with such care and delivered with such conviction. Watch a Capricorn enter a chaotic environment, whether a dysfunctional workplace, a family in crisis, or a community facing challenges. Without fanfare or self-promotion, they begin asking the clarifying questions others have overlooked, identifying the core issues beneath surface symptoms, and suggesting practical steps forward. The anxiety in the room subtly shifts as others recognize that someone capable has arrived, someone who can navigate complexity with steady hands. Their leadership style often emphasizes structure, clarity, and accountability, creating frameworks that allow others to succeed rather than controlling every detail. They understand intuitively that true authority isn't exercised through micromanagement, but through establishing clear objectives, providing necessary resources, and holding space for excellence to emerge. This approach creates loyalty not through personal allegiance, but through respect for their integrity and trust in their judgment. What makes this quality particularly enviable is how effortlessly it seems to operate, while others struggle with imposter syndrome or fluctuate between authoritarianism and insecurity. Capricorns embody leadership as a natural extension of their character rather than a role they're attempting to play. They lead not to fulfill ego needs, but because their capacity to create order from chaos serves a greater purpose, the manifestation of visions too important to remain unrealized. This elegant authority extends beyond professional contexts into all domains of their lives. The Capricorn parent whose boundaries are respected without constant enforcement. The Capricorn friend whose advice is sought in critical decisions. The Capricorn partner whose perspective shapes shared plans. In each case, their influence flows from earned trust rather than demanded compliance. Reason 8. Unshakable self-discipline. If determination represents the Capricorn's commitment to external goals, their self-discipline reveals their masterful relationship with internal governance. This quality manifests as an almost supernatural ability to align daily actions with long-term intentions, bridging the gap between aspiration and achievement that derails so many worthy ambitions. The Capricorn approaching a significant goal doesn't rely on motivation or inspiration, those fair weather friends that visit and vanish with changing emotional weather. Instead, they build systems and rituals that make progress inevitable, creating structures that support consistent action regardless of fluctuating feelings. This pragmatic approach to achievement demonstrates their profound understanding that discipline ultimately creates freedom rather than constraining it. What makes their self-discipline particularly enviable is its sustainability. While others might exhibit bursts of focused effort followed by collapse, Capricorns maintain a steady rhythm that accommodates human limitations while continually advancing toward objectives. They grasp intuitively what research has confirmed, that willpower operates more like a muscle requiring recovery than an infinite resource to be depleted, designing their disciplines with this wisdom in mind. Observe a Capricorn's morning routine, their workspace organization, their calendar management. You'll find thoughtful systems designed to conserve mental energy for meaningful work rather than wasting it on repeated decisions. These aren't rigid frameworks that stifle spontaneity, but intentional structures that create space for what matters most, eliminating the friction that often prevents consistent progress. Their relationship with pleasure reveals another dimension of this enviable discipline. Capricorns rarely deny themselves enjoyment. They simply understand the difference between indulgence that depletes and recreation that restores. The Capricorn who declines a third drink on a work night, who maintains savings despite capacity for more luxury spending, who rises for early exercise despite the temporary comfort of additional sleep, each demonstrates not deprivation, but discernment between immediate gratification and deeper satisfaction. Perhaps most remarkable is how their self-discipline creates a profound inner freedom. By mastering impulses that would distract from purpose, they experience the liberation that comes from alignment between values and actions. The peace visible in a disciplined Capricorn stems not from rigid control, but from the integrity of a life where intentions and behaviors exist in harmonious relationship. Reason 9. Secret depth. Beneath the composed exterior and practical approach that Capricorns present to the world lies perhaps their most enviable quality, a profound depth of being that remains largely hidden from casual observation. This mysterious interiority creates an almost magnetic pull, drawing others to sense that there's far more beneath the surface than initially meets the eye. The secret depth of Capricorn manifests in unexpected moments. The pragmatic business executive who reveals profound philosophical insights during a rare vulnerable conversation. The disciplined athlete whose journal contains poetry of startling emotional resonance. The reserved colleague whose rare laughter transforms their entire being with its authentic joy. These glimpses into their hidden dimensions suggest internal worlds of extraordinary richness, carefully protected from casual access. What makes this quality particularly enviable is how it creates an enduring intrigue. While some personalities might reveal themselves fully in initial encounters, Capricorns unfold gradually over time, each revealed layer suggesting further depths yet unexplored. This quality of contained mystery stands in striking contrast to our culture of oversharing and performed vulnerability, offering a powerful reminder that true intimacy is earned rather than demanded. Their depth often includes a profound capacity for feeling that contradicts superficial perceptions of Capricorns as emotionally restrained. Those granted access to their inner worlds discover not absence of emotion, but carefully curated expression, feelings experienced with intensity, but shared selectively with those who have demonstrated trustworthiness. This emotional depth combined with discerning boundaries creates connections of extraordinary intimacy with their chosen few. The interior life of a Capricorn typically includes rich contemplative dimensions, philosophical questions explored through reading and reflection, ethical principles refined through experience and consideration, spiritual depths navigated through practices that may remain entirely private. This inner work creates a groundedness that others sense without necessarily understanding its source, an unshakable centeredness that remains stable amid external turbulence. Perhaps most compelling is how this secret depth informs everything they do while remaining largely unannounced. Their work reflects considerations beyond pragmatic outcomes. Their relationships operate with awareness beyond surface dynamics. Their decisions incorporate wisdom beyond logical analysis. This integration of depth into daily life without performative display, creates an authenticity that others find both mysterious and deeply attractive. As we prepare to explore our final 3 reasons why Capricorns inspire such profound envy throughout the zodiac, we can begin to appreciate how these qualities weave together to create personalities of extraordinary substance. Their timeless style, strategic patience, and transformative growth complete the portrait of a sign whose enviable nature stems not from superficial advantages, but from integrated character developed through conscious intention and consistent practice. Reason 10. Timeless style. In a world captivated by fleeting trends and momentary aesthetics, Capricorns stand apart with their signature quality of timeless style, an approach to self-presentation that transcends the ephemeral in favor of enduring elegance. This isn't merely about fashion, though their wardrobes often reflect this principle. It's a comprehensive aesthetic sensibility that permeates everything from their personal appearance to their living spaces to their creative expressions. The Capricornian approach to style reveals their intuitive understanding that true sophistication lies not in chasing the latest trend, but in recognizing the elements that maintain relevance across eras. They gravitate toward quality materials, clean lines, and functional beauty, choices that reflect substance over spectacle, craftsmanship over convenience, and lasting value over momentary impact. The Capricorn's closet might contain fewer items than others, but each piece represents thoughtful selection rather than impulsive acquisition. What makes their style particularly enviable is its distinctive quality of being simultaneously current and classic. Capricorns rarely appear dated or trying too hard. Instead, they adopt contemporary elements that complement their established aesthetic rather than abandoning cohesion for novelty. This balanced approach creates a visual signature that feels both relevant and timeless, avoiding the twin pitfalls of rigid traditionalism and trendy impermanence. Their environments often reflect similar principles, spaces designed for both beauty and function, combining elements that tell personal stories with clean aesthetics that allow for peaceful occupation. The Capricorn home typically eschews clutter in favor of carefully chosen objects that hold meaning or serve purpose, creating atmospheres that feel simultaneously curated and livable, impressive without intimidation. Perhaps most enviable is how this timeless approach to style operates as a form of self-respect rather than external display. Capricorns understand that how we present ourselves to the world reflects our internal values and affects our psychological experience. Their commitment to quality in self-presentation isn't vanity, but recognition that dignity in appearance creates alignment between inner worth and outer expression. This aesthetic sensibility extends naturally to their professional presentation as well. The Capricorn entrepreneur, whose branding communicates substance and reliability, the Capricorn creative, whose work maintains relevance beyond initial trends, the Capricorn professional, whose presentations reflect careful attention to both content and delivery. Each demonstrates how their timeless approach creates lasting impact while others chase momentary attention. Reason 11. Strategic patience. In an era of instant gratification and accelerated timelines, perhaps no Capricorn quality inspires more profound envy than their extraordinary capacity for strategic patience. This isn't the passive waiting that stems from indecision or fear, but an active intentional patience born from deep understanding of natural timing and strategic advantage. Capricorns grasp intuitively what others learn through repeated disappointment, that forcing premature outcomes often creates more work than allowing proper development, that skipping necessary stages rarely accelerates actual progress, and that the most enduring achievements often require extended gestation. Their patience operates not as resignation, but as sophisticated strategy, allowing situations to develop their full potential rather than harvesting half-grown fruit. Watch a Capricorn navigate a complex negotiation, a challenging relationship, or an ambitious project. You'll witness their remarkable comfort with necessary pauses, their willingness to allow tension without premature resolution, their capacity to hold space for processes that cannot be rushed. While others might press for immediate answers or quick fixes, Capricorns recognize when time itself serves as a critical ingredient in optimal outcomes. What makes this quality particularly enviable is how it serves both their effectiveness and their peace of mind. The strategic patience of Capricorn eliminates the unnecessary suffering created by fighting natural timing, the stress of forcing relationships to develop faster than trust allows, the frustration of demanding results before proper foundations are established, the disappointment of expecting harvests during planting seasons. Their patience extends to personal development as well. Capricorns rarely expect instant mastery of new skills or immediate transformation of established patterns. Instead, they bring the same long-view perspective to personal growth that they apply to external achievements, understanding that meaningful change requires integration rather than mere information, practice rather than perfect attempts. Perhaps most remarkable is how this strategic patience coexists with their extraordinary productivity. Capricorns aren't waiting passively, but preparing actively, using apparent delays to strengthen foundations, refine approaches, and build resources for eventual action. They embody the paradoxical truth that those who can wait often achieve their goals more quickly than those who cannot, as their timing capitalizes on optimal conditions rather than wasting energy on premature efforts. Reason 12. Transformative growth. The final and perhaps most profoundly enviable Capricorn quality is their capacity for transformative growth, the remarkable trajectory that often takes them from humble beginnings to extraordinary heights through consistent evolution and strategic development. This quality synthesizes many of their other strengths, creating life arcs that inspire both admiration and wonder in those fortunate enough to witness their journeys. What distinguishes Capricornian growth is its comprehensive nature. They rarely develop in just one dimension, instead pursuing integrated evolution across professional capabilities, emotional intelligence, relational skills, and personal wisdom. This holistic approach creates personalities of unusual depth and capacity, avoiding the common pattern of success in one area at devastating cost to others. Their growth often follows a distinctive pattern that mirrors their zodiacal symbol of the mountain goat, steadily ascending peaks. Rather than dramatic leaps followed by plateaus or regressions, Capricorns typically demonstrate consistent progress through intentional practice, reflection on experience, and strategic skill development. This measured but relentless advancement creates transformations so gradual they might be missed in daily observation, yet appear almost magical when viewed across longer time frames. What makes their transformative capacity particularly enviable is its foundation in genuine self-awareness rather than external comparison. Capricorns measure progress against their previous selves rather than others' achievements, creating sustainable motivation that doesn't depend on competitive positioning. This internal reference point allows them to celebrate authentic growth while maintaining clarity about continuing development areas. The Capricorn approach to learning reveals another dimension of this enviable quality. They typically absorb knowledge not for status or credentials, but for practical application, filtering information through the question of how it serves their larger purposes. This pragmatic orientation creates unusual efficiency in their development, as energy isn't wasted on acquiring information without implementation potential. Perhaps most inspiring is how their growth often accelerates with age, the reverse of many developmental trajectories. While some peak early and struggle to maintain momentum, Capricorns frequently gain speed as they advance, each achievement creating foundation for the next in virtuous cycles of expanding capability. This pattern reflects Saturn's wisdom as their planetary ruler, the recognition that maturity brings not limitation, but liberation, not constraint, but capacity. Their transformative journeys often include remarkable resilience through setbacks, extracting valuable lessons from apparent failures, and incorporating these insights into strengthened approaches. This alchemical ability to transmute disappointment into development, obstacle into opportunity, and challenge into capability creates an almost mythic quality to their life stories, not because they avoid difficulties, but because they transform them so completely. as we've journeyed through the 12 remarkable qualities that make Capricorn the most envied sign of the zodiac. A cohesive portrait emerges of individuals whose integrated strengths create lives of extraordinary substance and achievement. From their unwavering determination that reshapes reality through sheer persistence, to their strategic wealth building that transforms modest beginnings into empires of security, Capricorns demonstrate mastery that transcends mere talent or luck. We've explored their ageless wisdom that seems imported from centuries of experience, their emotional self-mastery that creates space between stimulus and response, and their time-bending productivity that accomplishes in days what takes others weeks. We've witnessed how their elite inner circles operate as both sanctuary and launchpad, how their elegant authority commands respect without demanding it, and how their unshakable self-discipline aligns daily actions with distant aspirations. The secret depths beneath their practical exterior reveal personalities of surprising complexity and richness, while their timeless style transcends fleeting trends in favor of enduring elegance. Their strategic patience demonstrates sophisticated understanding of natural timing, and their transformative growth creates life arcs that inspire both admiration and wonder as they consistently evolve from humble beginnings toward extraordinary heights. What becomes clear through this exploration is that Capricorn's enviable nature stems not from superficial advantages or momentary brilliance, but from integrated character developed through conscious intention and consistent practice. Their success isn't accidental or privileged, but earned through the steady application of natural gifts, refined through experience and strengthened through challenge. Perhaps what makes Capricorns most worthy of admiration is how their qualities create not just personal achievement, but collective contribution. Their stability provides safe harbor for others during storms. Their wisdom offers guidance when paths grow unclear, and their leadership creates structures where many can thrive. The Capricorn at their best demonstrates what becomes possible when natural talents are developed in service of purposes greater than mere self-advancement. Whether you're a proud Capricorn, recognizing your own potential in these descriptions, or someone born under different stars who admires these qualities from afar, the invitation remains the same: to consider which of these attributes might be cultivated in your own life, regardless of your astrological heritage. The discipline, depth, and determination that define Capricorn excellence remain available to all who commit to their development. If you found value in this exploration of Capricorn's enviable qualities, we invite you to deepen your astrological journey with us at Secret of the Zodiac. Subscribe to our channel now to ensure you never miss our upcoming explorations of each zodiac sign's unique magic and mystery. By clicking that subscribe button, you're joining a community of cosmic explorers committed to understanding both the stars and ourselves with greater clarity and compassion. Leave a comment below, sharing which Capricorn quality you find most enviable, or which one you've witnessed in the Capricorns in your own life. Your experiences and insights enrich our collective understanding and create connections across astrological boundaries. Write Capricorn Excellence, followed by your thoughts to join this cosmic conversation. If you've particularly resonated with today's exploration, consider supporting our work through Super Thanks. This form of financial appreciation helps cover the costs of creating daily zodiac content of this quality and depth. Your contribution directly enables us to continue bringing these astrological insights to life with the research, writing, and production values that elevate our shared cosmic journey. Before you go, take a moment to explore our playlist of zodiac deep dives, where you'll find similarly thorough examinations of each sign's unique gifts and challenges. From the fiery independence of Aries to the fluid intuition of Pisces, each video offers fresh perspective on astrological archetypes that have guided human understanding for millennia. Like this video to help it reach others who might benefit from these insights, and remember to activate notifications so you're first to know when new content arrives. Until our cosmic paths cross again in the next exploration, may the stars illuminate your journey with wisdom, wonder, and the steadfast excellence that makes Capricorn so profoundly worthy of our admiration.